Mr. Cole. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I received your note. I'm informed that you were provided some refreshments. So I think they also have some snacks too that they can give you. As far as lunch, I'm not going to starve you like yesterday. You typically try to take a break for lunch, excuse me, depending on the witness schedules, around 12:30 to 1. We'll take about an hour, 15, an hour, 30 minutes, because I know you all have the process of getting parked and getting in through the metal detectors and all that good stuff. But we're looking to try to break today for lunch around 12:30 to 1, so sometime that day. So no, I'm not going to make you work through lunch like yesterday. All right, solicitor ready?
We are. State calls Derek English.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this case is truth and whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
State you can seat in the witness stand and state your full name for the record.
Okay, Mr. English, where are you employed?
Right now, the Great Falls Police Department.
Okay. With Chester County?
It is Chester County, yes, sir.
Back in 2023, where were you employed?
Region County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. And what were you, a deputy, road deputy back then?
I was on patrol, yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recall the night of May or the late afternoon of May 28, 2023?
I do. I was working on shift that night.
Okay. What were you up to around 8 o'clock?
We were dealing with a few individuals who broke into an apartment off of Ranch Road, and then I was dispatched to 7441 Parkland Road.
Okay, so you're dealing with, what'd you say, a break-in of some sort on one part of town, and then you said you're dispatched to 7441 Parkland.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what was that in reference to?
The Parkland call?
Yes, sir.
In reference to a shooting hit, so someone that got shot.
Okay, what is that 7441 Parkland Road?
That is the Shell gas station.
Okay, is that Richland County?
It is, sir.
Okay, is that where you initially responded?
I did, yes, sir.
Okay. Let me ask you, sort of generally, to orient the jury, that location, that Shell gas station, 7441 Park Lane, it sort of sits at the corner of two roads. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, obviously Park Lane Road.
Yes, sir.
And then what is the road that cuts up beside it?
The secondary road is Spring Tree Drive.
Okay. And Spring Tree Drive, does that dead end at some point?
It does. It goes into an apartment complex called Willow Oak, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Let me show you a number of pictures that sort of show that area. This is states 14 through 31. Tell me if you just generally kind of recognize what these are.
You want me to look at all of them?
Just look through them and I'll ask you a question after you review them.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recognize those?
I do.
Those generally depict that area we were discussing, 7441 Parkland and then Spring Tree Drive right beside it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Springtree, you talked about it dead ending at some point. There needs some parts there. How would you describe Springtree Road?
It's a road that goes to a dead end. There's three apartment complexes. We have 220, 250, and then 100 Willow Oak Drive.
Okay, is it a hilly road? Is it a wide road? Is it a narrow road? Is it a flat road?
It's pretty flat.
Okay, is it a curvy road? Is it a straight road?
It's a straight road, like a straight shot.
Okay. Now you said the call for service had you going to 7441 Park Lane Road, which is that Shell gas station. Were you directed elsewhere after you arrived on scene?
Yeah, so when I arrived on scene and stepped out my patrol vehicle, I was flagged down to go slightly further down towards 220 Springtree Drive.
Okay. So you go to the Shell gas station, and then later you're rerouted up farther up the road.
Yes, sir.
On Spring Street. And then you went immediately to where you were directed to go.
Yes, sir.
And what did you observe once you got there?
I observed Burwell Mike, or a black guy, laying on the ground with a bystander doing chest compressions on the individual, and multiple witnesses just standing by.
Okay. Did you later learn who the black guy was who was on the ground?
Later. Yes, sir, I did.
At the time, did you understand him to be the victim of the shooting that you were responding to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said he was, medical aid was being rendered on him when you arrived, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. And so what did you undertake to do once you arrived on scene?
I just told the individual continue to do chest compressions due to EMS being like 10 seconds away.
Okay. Were you first responder?
I was first deputy on scene.
All right. It's kind of state does all for their identifier. It's going to be states 14 through 31 for admission and evidence.
Any objection? No objection. All right, I think it is state 14 through 31 without objection.
Okay. And permission to go ahead and start publishing.
Yes, sir.
I just want to orient the jury. Do you mind just kind of explaining some of these things if I put them on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Stephanie, can you have states 15? Okay, Deputy English, do you see states 15 there?
I do.
All right, if we're looking at states 15, we're looking at the right side of this photograph. What road is that we're looking at?
Like the one that goes up and down, correct? All right, that's going to be Park Lane.
All right, and that red roof structure is what?
That's going to be Shell gas station.
Okay, the road that cuts between from Park Lane and then goes to the left of the picture is what road?
Springtree Drive.
Okay, and that's what you were describing earlier.
Yes, sir.
And these are the apartments we see the roofs of. If we're looking at states 15 and we're looking from right to left, on the left side you see some swimming pools and whatnot. Those are the apartment complexes you're talking about.
Yes, sir. That would be 220 Springtree, and then a little further down would be 250 Springtree.
Okay. And so your testimony is you arrive at 744 on Park Lane and you're directed farther down Spring Street.
Yes, sir.
So you're talking about this being Park Lane, that being the Shell gas station.
Yes, sir.
Where you arrive, and then you're directed down this way down Spring Street.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you see generally where you found the victim of the gunshot wound in this picture?
Yes, sir. Okay. So if you look where the little wooded area is, so bring your little stick, yeah, about right in that area right there.
Okay. And that's where you were talking about seeing, you call him the black guy. Do you know him now to be Cyrus Carmack-Belton?
I do.
Okay. And he was lying on the ground. You said people were rendering aid to him.
One bystander, yes, sir.
Okay. Did you also see the defendant, Mr. Chow, at the scene at that time?
I did.
Did you understand who he was when you first arrived?
Not at all.
Okay. What were you doing? I mean, were you securing the scene? Were you collecting evidence? What exactly were you doing?
So one was trying to secure the scene. I was informed that there was a weapon on the ground, so I wanted to secure that in the back of my patrol vehicle. while also setting up crime scene tape and let EMS do what EMS does.
Okay. When you left the 7441 Park Lane to go to where the victim was, did you walk up the street or did you drive your car up the street?
I drove my patrol vehicle.
Okay. How would you describe the distance between that shell station to where the victim was found on the ground?
I'll say about 130 yards.
Okay. I mean, would you describe that distance as being significant in any way, or why did you walk from the gas station up to the?
It seemed pretty far.
Remember me showing you some drone footage that sort of shows a video going from the gas station up the street to where the victim was?
Yes, sir, I do.
And did that fairly and accurately depict what you yourself witnessed whenever you drove from the gas station up to where Mr. Belton's found?
Yes, sir.
This is states number 2. Do you recognize that in the drone video?
I do.
Now, the state does offer states number 2 for admission of evidence.
Any objection?
Come on, hang on.
No subject to conversation, no objection.
All right, be admitted as states exhibit 2.
Okay. And permission to publish?
Yes, sir.
All right, before you start, Stephanie, all right, what are we looking at right here? Just, and I hate to keep belaboring the point, but I want to orient everyone with what we're looking at here. We're looking at this first shot, states number 2. We're looking to the left. First of all, is that the shell station at 7441 Park Lane?
That is.
All right. Now, Deputy English, if we're looking back this way, that would be Park Lane, right?
Correct.
Okay. And in this road right here, we see a couple cars on the side. That would be Spring Tree.
That is correct.
And of course, Shell gas station sits on the corner, Park and Spring Tree, which you are testifying to.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize this as the front entrance to the gas station?
I do.
Okay. All right. You can play. Okay. Press play. Okay. And where we end on that video, is that essentially where you found Mr. Carmack-Belton?
That is.
May 28th, 2023?
Yes, sir, that is.
Okay, and that accurately depicts the pathway you would take to get there from the gas station?
Yes, sir.
All right. You talked about seeing Mr. Belton and aid was being rendered. Do you remember the fire department showing up?
I do. I remember EMS and fire department showing up.
Okay. You remember EMS showing up? Do you remember eventually Mr. Belton being taken away in the ambulance?
I do.
Okay. At this point, he's being taken care of. Does your focus shift to crime scene integrity?
It does.
And so did you put out crime tape and whatnot?
I did. I put out crime scene tape.
Had a crowd started to gather at that point, or were there people on scene other than Mr. Chow and Mr. Belton?
There was just bystanders, some who heard it, some who witnessed it.
Okay. And did you at some point try to speak with some of them?
I did.
Okay. At some point while you're out there, did you begin locating evidence?
I did.
Okay. You remember a backpack?
I do. A black backpack.
Okay. And where was that?
Like in you can't see it from the picture,
We'll go back to the number 2. Let me see if we can.
but it was located in a drainage ditch.
And I'm gonna get to it in a minute, but you're yeah, you see, all right, this is this is state's number 26 that's been admitted into evidence. So you can see.
What number is that?
26. All right, do you recognize these two poles right here?
I do.
Okay. And do you recognize this stand of Bradford pick, these trees right here?
I do.
Okay, and would you agree that where I'm pointing this pointer is essentially where Mr. Belton was found?
That is correct, yes, sir.
Okay. And the drainage that you're talking, or the drainage, I guess, how'd you describe it?
I call it a drainage ditch.
Okay. Is that what you're talking about right here?
I am.
Say again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did you say you found down that drainage ditch?
Black backpack.
Okay. And did you come to understand who that belonged to?
At the time, we didn't, but we later found out who it became.
Mr. Belton?
Yes, sir.
Or was associated with him somehow?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you collected?
I did.
Okay. What else in this general area that we're looking at, state number 26, did you locate?
A shell casing,
Okay.
and then a tactical light.
Okay. Were you wearing a body-worn camera at the time?
I was.
Okay. All right, so you saw a tack light. What is that?
It's a attachment that you can put on a firearm,
Okay.
like a pistol.
And it's something you would, manually put on a pistol?
That is correct.
Are these common or uncommon?
Pretty common for people who shoot, I guess, towards the nighttime.
Okay. And what do? They provide like a flashlight. Some have like a laser to help with accuracy,
Yes, sir.
help with vision. Do you own pistols with tack lights?
Me personally?
Yeah. Or have you ever been issued one, or have you ever?
At the Sheriff's
operated
Department. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said they are not uncommon.
That's not uncommon.
All right. What else did you find? You got the backpack. You got a tack light, and the tack light was attached to a gun or not attached to a
It
gun?
wasn't attached to the gun.
Okay. And it was just lying somewhere in this vicinity here.
Yes, sir. It was located near the shell casing.
Okay.
Also located.
And so you found a tack light and you found a shell casing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you mark those anyway?
I did.
You said, started to ask you at least, you had a body worn camera at the time?
Yes, sir.
And it was operational?
It was.
Okay. Let me show you states number 1, see if you recognize this.
I do.
Okay. And does it, now with the exception that the court, the state, and defense has muted portions of it.
Okay.
And you watched that earlier today?
I did.
And aside from that, the agreement with everybody that portions would be muted, does it fairly and accurately represent what you yourself witnessed?
Yes, sir.
May 28, 2023?
Yes, sir.
Now, the subject of yesterday's ruling is objection to states number 1. We've also been given states 32 through 43. No objection.
32 through 43.
Yes, Your Honor, 32 through 43, which are still from state 1. Can you move that up there? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. All right. United States at this time offers states number 1, permission to evidence, permission to publish.
Subject to yesterday's pretrial motion, and it'll be admitted as stage 1 without objection.
Yes, sir, I see that. Okay. Keep doing compressions, man. The ambulance is right there. Hey, y'all stand back. Stand back. I'm gonna need your information since you were doing compressions. How long were you doing compressions for? 3 minutes? All right, cool. Hey, just don't cross it. Okay? Thank you.
Free to walk through.
59 is in the back of my trunk. You hear me? 59 was placed right here is in the back of my trunk. I go down there, Sarge. I got it. You see it? I got it. He's talking to me. He's not talking to y'all. He's at the back of my car. Stay right there. Okay? Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here.
I was just walking by to go home, and then I seen him over here with them, and I was like, oh, he looks unresponsive, so I came up with nice stuff.
Okay, all right. Oh, thank you. Hey, Mel. Anyways, I need y'all to get in the street this way. I need something else to tie to. I'm trying to do this, but I need something else right here. What's that? Hey, that's a flashlight. Sorry, that's a tack light coming with it. Yeah.
Okay. That's where you were noticing the tack light right there, you're pointing to it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then did you do anything to mark it at the time?
We did. I want to say like a card.
Okay. I'm not stopping again, but after that, is that about whenever you find the shell casing and you point it out and mark that as well?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Even the laser. Sir, stay right there. Stop moving. Just stay right there. Stay right there. You got Sarge, come on. Keep going, keep going. 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 Come on. Come on. Right there. And I promise you, okay, we're gonna get to you, okay? Thank you. Sir, I need your voice. Do not cross this tape. Do not cross this tape. Sir, don't pick up anything off the ground either. If you cross it or pick up anything off the ground, I'm charging you with obstruction. That should be good for now.
Did you be getting my guy's name? I'm gonna say
Watch out for a shell casing. Yeah. Yeah, that is ID. Yeah, actually, I haven't ran one yet, but I'll get him down for you. Went down. He went down there to do something and he came back. I didn't know if he was a suspect or what. He's been there. We have a tack laser, and we do the tack right here, and then the shell casing looks like a 45. The non-security actually looks like a mechanic, But it is weird because that's the one who did compressions. That's her who did that. Apparently this is getting their information. Did you ever get your information to the other deputy? Your ID? Okay. Thank you. It's just weird because the rounds that's in there doesn't match for 45. You want to look at it?
far as you know, were you the first one to speak with Rick Chow as far as law enforcement is concerned?
Yes, sir.
I noticed there was some confusion. At first, whenever you find the gun, when you first arrive there, you seize that weapon.
Correct.
Okay, and then you find the casing, and there's some confusion because you say, you know, this gun. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You had not yet seized the gun off of Rick Chow at that point?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay. Let me show you states 32. Is this just kind of a screenshot from your, this has already been admitted evidence. Screenshot of your body camera?
Yes, sir. That's when I originally went on scene.
Sure.
States 32, please. All right, this is a screenshot right from your body cam that we've already introduced.
Yes, sir.
This right here, that's going to be the 9mm that you collected initially?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this point, I'm given great latitude and object in leading. I understand that the state has a right to establish this, but the witness can come down, be given the stick, and he can not just, I'm concerned about relaxing into leading. Most of this has been foundational thus far.
We're just trying to move it along. You already.
Yeah, I'll overrule the objection. I understand, the Rule 611 does allow limited leading to develop witnesses testimony.
Okay. We watched the body cam earlier, right?
We did.
And we saw you collect everything. And let me just ask you, what is this black item here?
A firearm is a pistol.
Okay. When did we see that and did it go on your body cam?
When I first arrived on scene,
Okay, and what did you do with that black object?
cleared it, rendered it safe.
Okay.
Placed it in the back of my trunk.
This is states number 11. You recognize this?
I do.
Okay. What is that?
The firearm. That's in this picture right here.
Okay. Now the state offers states number 11 for admission of evidence.
Your Honor, that states,
No objection on it, there's just not a gun lock or anything on it yet, so before it's submitted. Just for safety.
It would be admitted as states 11.
And if I may ask, who do I address with the defense for this witness? That, come here.
All right, Mr. Scott, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we talked about the 9mm, and that was number 11. You took it back to the car and secured it.
Yes, sir.
Saw in the video a tack light.
Correct.
Okay, let me show you states number 6. Tell me if you recognize this.
Well,
Yeah, just look at it and see if you recognize it.
I do. This is what I found on the ground.
Okay. Stephanie, would you put up states 35? He has identified, but I'm all for states number 6 for this one. 6.
Objection? No. All right, we move to state 6 without objection.
All right, in this picture, see those markers on the ground? Kathleen?
I do.
This placard right here is there to mark what?
Evidence. It's a crime scene marker.
Okay.
Or evidence marker.
What specifically is
Oh,
A?
it's a tack light. I apologize. It's a tack light sitting on the ground.
Okay. The tack light we just introduced is states number 6?
Correct.
Okay, and let me have 37. Okay. Do you see, you talked a little bit earlier about a drainage ditch. Do you see the drainage ditch in states number 37?
I do. This is the bottom left-hand corner.
This little area here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then AA, you just said with the tack light?
Correct.
All right. Steph, let me have 38. All right, what is this? Do you see the tack light in this picture?
I do. This is before the markers were placed. By
Okay.
crime scene.
Well, in the body cam, it showed you throwing some pads and stuff down. What were you doing there?
So just due to me not having anything in physical possession, I just threw down my notebook.
Who puts those placards down later?
The yellow ones?
Yeah.
Crime scene.
Okay. You recognize this item here in states number 38?
I do.
And what is it?
That's a tack light.
Okay. What is states number, let's see, go back, Stephanie, to 35. What is, in states 35, what is that placard AB? What is that marking?
The shell casing.
Okay. And do you remember on your body cam when you located it on that video?
I do.
Okay. Let me show you states number 7. Well, you might not be able to identify, but do you remember it being there?
I do.
Okay.
That's my notebook marking.
Okay, states number 7, I'm just gonna get you to identify, what does it look like?
Just labeled as 45 caliber FFC. I'm sorry, FCC, or fire casing, shell casing.
Does it list the marker?
It does. This is marker AB.
Okay.
Ground.
So, but you yourself didn't collect that casing, you just identified it and let crime scene pick it up later?
Correct.
Okay. Noticed on there, were you present whenever the firearm was finally located on Mr. Chow?
Once I walked up, yes,
Okay.
sir. And they were taking it off.
Okay. This is states number 10. Just look at it, see if you can recognize it.
I do.
You recognize it?
I do.
Okay. And what was that?
It says Glock 45 caliber on there. I think the model was a Glock 30.
Do you recognize it as the weapon that you yourself saw being seized from Mr. Chow that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after the scene was cleared, Mr. Belton was taken away. What did you do next?
Ran the firearms, created a crime scene log, and just waited by for a crime scene. Informed the desk sergeant of what happened for the incident.
Did you ever have a chance to go back to 7441 Park Lane?
Yes, sir. Myself, along with other investigators, walked over or drove over on the two to look at the surveillance footage.
Okay. Did you go with Investigator Jordan?
I did.
All right. And was your body worn camera on at that time?
It was.
Okay. And was it recording?
It was.
Okay. Thank you. Let me show you states 49 through 52, where we left off. And I know we're trying to get through a bunch of pictures, and I'm skipping around, but after you cleared the scene, we talked about the evidence of the scene, crime log and everything. Then you go back up to 7441 Park Lane.
Correct.
Body camera's still on.
Correct.
Did you go in the store?
I did.
Okay. Were you able to further talk with Rick Chow?
I was.
Okay. And was Alice Chow there?
She was.
Okay. Who else was there?
Andy Chow, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Were you or were you not able to go back and review video with Rick Chow?
I was.
Okay. And was that filmed on your body camera?
It was, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you with Investigator Ty Jordan?
I was.
Okay. Let me show you states 49 through 52. Tell me if you recognize those.
This is us looking at the security footage. This is multiple cameras on the screen. This one shows inside the store with Mr. Cyrus. This is a zoomed in shot of Mr. Cyrus at like a cooler,
Okay.
I guess you can call it. And then the last photo is us talking with Mr. Chow and his son in front of the cash register.
Okay. All right, you're on the state hall for states 49 through 52 for admission and evidence.
Yeah, there's a 52, just the original objection as 52 from yesterday's pretrial hearing. Other than that, no.
All right, they will be entered as, or admitted rather, as states 49 through 52, subject to defense objection yesterday.
Okay. Tell me about, was there anything, what was it? Was it a convenience store?
It was.
Was there anything noteworthy or anything that, that you noticed when you go in the store?
So as soon as you walk in the store, besides the normal gas station stuff, once you walk up to the counter where the cashier is, I mean, they have like different things up there. Lottery tickets. At the top, there's like the wall of shame. And it's pretty big. There's multiple people that's been in there prior.
Okay. Let me show you states 52. Well, you already seen it, but let me publish it. All right, first of all, who is this individual in states 52?
That's Investigator Jordan.
Okay. Is he here in the courtroom?
He is.
Raise your hand, Jordan. Okay. And this is who?
Mr. Rick Chow.
Okay. Do you see Rick Chow here today?
I do.
Okay, where is he?
Sitting at the table over there.
And this is who?
Mr. Andy Chow, his son.
All right. And this, what is this? Is this what you were just describing as the wall of shame?
Yes, sir.
So you're there and you clearly, this is your body cam?
Yes, sir.
At some point while your body cam's running, you go back, you said, to the, where is the surveillance room? I guess with the cameras and all that.
Like behind the counter is like a little office space back over there.
Okay. Let me show you state's number 49. All right, where are we looking in state's 49?
We're inside that office space, looking at the surveillance footage.
All right, and whose head is that we see?
Mr. Rick Chow.
Okay. Do you know, all right, what are we looking at on his laptop directly in front of him?
Multiple cameras, like surveillance footages.
Okay. And there were a number of different camera angles, is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is that what y'all are reviewing here?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you space 50. All right. What are we looking at here?
One of the actual cameras, and then in the far right, top right side of that camera is Mr. Cyrus.
Okay. Tell me about Mr. Chow. Was he able to demonstrate different capabilities with his surveillance system while you were there watching him?
Yes, sir.
All right. Such as?
He was able to find what area, go backwards on when the individual walked inside, when he was walking around, when he walked outside,
Okay.
any camera angle we needed to look at.
So he was able to access these different camera angles while you were there watching?
Yes, sir.
Was he able to reverse?
Yes, sir.
Fast forward?
Yes, sir.
Blow it up, make it bigger?
Yes, sir.
He was able to do all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. States 51. What do we see here?
The photo, the photo from before, but zoomed in.
Okay, so he's actually taken the angle we saw before, but zoomed in on it?
Correct.
And then you were able to watch this particular video play out in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, as far as states 51 and what it's depicting here, that video, that angle, what did you all discover when you watched it?
Mr. Cyrus, I think, grabs several waters from that cooler and then places them all back
Okay.
as if he decided he didn't want them anymore.
Okay. Well, is it safe to say that this is kind of the moment that y'all realized he never took anything?
Yes, sir.
And all these, you've been able to watch a lot of these surveillance videos since then?
I would assume so.
And they were seized, your understanding as far as?
To my understanding, yes, sir.
All right. States 3, do you agree that that's the surveillance videos taken from the Shell gas station?
I would agree.
The state offers at this time, state's number 3 for admission of evidence.
World?
To be clear, we're not publishing the report.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. But I will note for the record that the defense has reserved the right to object on publication.
Yes, sir. Deputy, who at the scene on the night of May 28, 2023, who ever said anything about Cyrus pointing a gun?
Nobody.
Nobody. You were the first to talk with him.
Yes, sir.
The testimony under oath is nobody told you that night that Cyrus pointed a gun at anybody.
Yes, sir. No one told me that.
And in your body cam, when you talk to Rick Chow, what does he say? Does he say he ever saw a gun?
No, he said his son seen a gun.
Okay. What, if anything, did he say about Cyrus trying to run away?
He just said that he fell, kept running.
Okay. And then what did Mr. Rick Chow do as Cyrus was running away? In his own words.
He told him to drop the weapon, then proceeded to shoot one shot or fire one round.
Okay. And I noticed at some point he left the scene. Do you know where he went?
I don't know where he went. I can assume he probably went.
Well, don't do that.
All right.
He left the scene.
He did.
And we see on your body cam when he's coming back up to where Cyrus is, and you speak with him.
Yes, sir.
Speak a little louder.
All right, let me ask you again. On your body cam, we see you approach him as he's coming back towards the scene. We know he's there when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you're able to meet him as he's coming back from Park Lane towards the scene.
Correct.
Okay. And at that point, it looks like you're telling him to stay put. You want to speak with him when you get a chance.
Objection on reading.
Let me rephrase it.
Just rephrase.
Explain, if any, difficulties you had as far as having witnesses stand still and stay put. Do you remember anything about that in your body cam?
Yeah, I remember telling Mr. Chow to stay by my vehicle.
Okay. How many times?
Multiple. He kept moving around, so I kept instructing him to stay where he was.
Anything else that you were involved with that night? Evidence, at the scene, and then going back to the Park Lane and operating a body worn camera. Anything else you remember?
That's it.
All right, I'll just remind you, you talked earlier about the backpack, recovering it. This is states 12. Stephanie, can we put 33 up? You recognize states 12?
I do.
What is it?
The backpack, of course.
And is that the same backpack we see in states number 33
Yes, sir.
that you recovered from that drainage ditch?
Yes, sir.
Got a state offer states 12 for Michigan.
No objection.
Be admitted to stage 12 without objection.
I just want to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Let me ask real quick, but I think I'm winding down. You identified them earlier. States 10, states 7.
Yes, sir.
State 7 was what?
The shell casing.
From the marker AB.
Yes, sir.
10.
firearm from Mr. Chow.
You know, the state, this time officer states 10 said for admission of evidence.
Our states 7 and 10 will be admitted without objection.
Only other thing that I think I just sort of left out, do you remember? Oh, wait a minute. What, if anything, do you know how, there's a timestamp on your body worn camera video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
What, if anything, and I'm looking even at States 52, did you notice anything about the timing when you were viewing the different cameras and camera angles within the gas station as far as times associated with those videos?
Yes, sir. I realized it was off by a few days as well as the time was off.
Okay. So the times and dates on some of the cameras from within the gas station didn't quite match up.
Yes, sir.
I had another stack of pictures I meant to talk to you about earlier, but they hid from me in my podium. This is 44 through 48, just quickly. Look at those. Look, you just tell me if you recognize them.
I do.
Okay. Starring, you recognize those?
I do.
All right. As far as states 48 and 47, what are we seeing in those pictures?
2 cell phones.
Okay, where are those located?
Right now? in
Where
that
were
picture?
they in this picture?
No, on the counter.
Where? Where was the counter?
Oh, inside the store.
Okay, gotcha. What, just a white and black cell phone?
Yes, sir.
You want to state all, have I offered these in evidence yet? States 47 and 48 for admission and evidence.
47, 48. No objection.
All right, stage 48, I'm sorry, 47 and 48 will be admitted without objection.
States 45 and 46, what do we see here?
You see a white shoe, almost like an Air Force One, located within the store as well, next to the counter where the phones are located.
Okay. States 45 and 46 for admission and evidence.
No objection.
All right, let me admit to stage 45 and 46 without objection.
States 44?
Oh, that's inside the store.
Okay. And that just, does that
Judge,
indicate?
you have an objection to that. Publishing it. We pre-trial motion.
Oh, okay, yesterday, what number was that, Mr. Scott?
44.
All right. Go ahead.
Just fairly and accurately depict how the store looked on the night of May 28, 2023.
Yes, sir.
State officer states 44 for admission and evidence.
Being in the stage 44, subject to the pre-trial date.
Deputy English, please answer any questions that Mr. Swervin has for you.
I think we're going to break for lunch at this point. I suspect Mr. Swervin's cross-examination may be a little bit lengthy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break for lunch now. It is 12:40. Let's be back here at 2 o'clock, and we'll try to get started soon thereafter. So again, don't stress the case, don't do any research, or anything of that nature, and enjoy your lunch. We'll see you back at 2 o'clock.
actually have to speak, this is okay.
Go ahead.
Can you come up a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to confirm where I'm saying. Your Honor, at this point in time, I would just do this one, we'll conclude on the witnesses.
Hey, quiet down, please.
At this point in time, the state has offered, number one, without objection, English body cam video. Number two, which is an edited drone footage video. My understanding is the unedited version they'll get us just so we have it in the true record. I thought there was a come from the or if I'm wrong, that's fine. Here. That's what I'm saying. I'm just so nothing wrong with number two, Your Honor. Number three was a surveillance video which we put in, but we agreed subject to a potential objection. There was to be hearsay that comes in, it was not published. Number six was placed in evidence, which is the tack light. Number seven was placed in the evidence, which is the casing. Number 10, which is the Glock 45 firearm. Number 11, which is the 9mm firearm. Number 12, which is the book bag. And then items 14 through 48 are all scene pictures. Items 44 and 52 were subject to our objection. Item 47 and 48, I'm sorry, 45, 46, 47, 48 were taken at the store. And items 49 and 52 were also pictures taken from the store. And that's the only evidence that we have that had been entered as a visit. Okay, thank you, Judge. Short for the record for you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll need these two.